Yeah, I'm always afraid that they're gonna be like, so anything traumatic happened in your life, and like sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, no, I can't think of anything, and then they unlock that piece in your brain and figure out I was like molested by a grasshopper.
Hello, and you're listening to the Tinkle Hoy podcast. It's another exciting episode. We're just going to talk about whatever we want to talk about. As always, I'm here with my usual host,
Quentin.
And I'm Juan. Sorry, we're very late in the night.
I was gonna say it's a continuation of this special edition Tinkle Hoy podcast of being extremely sleepy because we've been busy.
Well, you get off late at work.
Yeah.
So it's like
exactly very fucking yeah.
I mean, you tell me you have Sundays off, so I'm like, hey, I get off at 5. Let's do it like at 8. But
Okay.
You're always busy, you know.
On Sunday. Last Sunday, I was fucking hungover.
Oh, okay.
I was so
understand.
hungover. I woke up at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. whenever I texted you, because I woke up and the first thing in my head was like, "Fuck a podcast," and I was like, "I'm not gonna make it." Like I felt horrible, so I texted you. I was like, "Can we like please fit it in tomorrow or something?"
Yeah.
Because it was just like I got off late. Got home, stayed up late, drank pretty heavily, and then woke up with a hangover. But I have this weird schedule, which can make my days off hard on top of me working not long hours, but kind of rough hours.
It's pretty late to do this, but we're going to talk about Christmas and with us being in the middle of January, we're also going to talk about our New Year's resolutions. How's that going? If we make New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
So, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was all right. I made myself feel like a piece of shit in a weird way.
Okay, how?
I don't know if a lot of people have this issue. So, we do a white elephant kind of thing.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have like a Secret Santa, but it's not really a Secret Santa. It's just like somebody you... Oh, wait, I didn't do the white elephant this year. I didn't make it to that, which I didn't really care for. But I did do the Secret Santa thing, and I got my brother, and I was going to get my brother a Christmas present anyway, so I was like, oh, I'll just add that onto my present for him. And he got me... No, he didn't get me. Someone else got me, but that doesn't matter. He got me a Christmas present because we're family, right? So I got him like $150 worth of stuff, right? And then he got me a sign to hang up in my room. And like I gave him his stuff and he gave me the sign, and he was like, I feel really bad. Like I should have gotten you
and
more.
That made you feel bad?
I felt like a piece of shit. I was like, is this what happens when like you go too hard on like Christmas or something for somebody?
Honestly, I'm surprised you feel bad because I feel like the person that spent less is the one that feels bad. Like, oh damn, you spent $200 on me and I just bought you these socks.
That's the thing, is like I don't want my brother to feel bad. That's the quickest way to make me feel like a piece of shit, is like anything with my brother. But and it's sad too because like I haven't really been at home. Sign? It's actually a really cool sign. I really like it. It's a metal sign.
Okay.
And it
can be pretty pricey, so
yeah, it's a Makajima construction sign, which
Makajima.
Yeah, it's Yakuza.
Oh
yeah,
like the Yakuza games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's from the Yakuza games, and it's probably one of the best parts of that game, where you run a little construction company and you go to places and you have a gang of construction workers and you beat the shit out of people, right? It's really fun. So having that sign's really cool. It says a lot of cool stuff. Some of it's in Japanese, some of it's not. But I got him God of War.
The new one?
The first one. Because they don't have the new one on Steam yet. I got it all PC because I also helped him upgrade his computer a little bit as well,
Nice.
on top of the presents I gave him. So I got him the first God of War, because he hasn't even played it, like the God of Wars.
Like any of them?
Not really, like old ones maybe a little bit.
I just beat the new one.
I noticed that you had it. I wasn't gonna ask you until we got to like a podcast format, but I got him the first one so that he could start playing that, and then I got him Persona 5 Royal, which he is a big fan of. He's already played it. He's already beaten it. This was just like a, hey, you can play it again kind of thing, because he likes kind of doing the same thing. He likes tradition. He likes comfort things. Then I got him Persona 5 Strikers, which is like the sequel to it, which he has not played. So
Have you played it?
No. But I'm gonna play it after. But yeah, I just kind of went all out. He was the only person I really bought anything for too, so it was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I got my family gifts, I got my brother a weighted vest. I got my stepdad, it's to clean your gun. It's like a gun holster thing that, like, you put it in, like, you
like
do it, and...
it's like a workbench.
Yeah, like a workbench thing.
Oh,
He really likes
is
that.
it portable?
Yes, you probably have to ask him after this podcast. He's out there in the living room cleaning right now.
That's interesting. I really like that. That is a
I
nice
got
one.
these new podcasts set up since we've upgraded again. We've already been using this for 2 episodes now, I believe. I got mics and a podcast recorder.
Yeah, so
Christmas.
I'm no longer Mr. Quiet Boy sometimes, because I
yeah.
sit too far away from the mic, because we used to share a mic,
Yeah.
which...
I don't think I heard much of a problem until that first Texas Chainsaw, which I'm happy. The second one we did, where we had the most enthusiasm for.
Yeah, the
I would
first
have
one...
just cried. Like, we talked about so much, and we're so happy with this movie.
It would have been very upsetting. Yeah, the
Quinn just
first
cuts out half the time.
was just kind of like, I'm realizing I have that problem in my daily life constantly. Where
Talking too low.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. For some reason, my voice, to me, sounds normal or loud, but then to other people are like, you're not saying anything. Your lips are moving.
It's your ears, man.
Yeah, your lips are moving. You're not hearing anything.
I got that. My good friend Maria got me that giant Funko Pop Vegeta.
What is it?
His Scouter Vegeta.
Scouter
Sand
Vegeta,
Saga Vegeta.
Saiyan armor.
And I can't decide if I enjoy it more in the box or not, so I'm just kind of switching. I actually want to use it in some like workout videos.
That would be good.
Yeah, I think I'm planning one to do the Vegeta voice and being like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, that deadlift is too like. You're not deadlifting enough. Your squat is this much.
Yeah.
Your deadlift should be more than your squat.
Should talk to the voice actor, see if you can get the actual voice actor to do some
I'm pretty
lines.
sure I'd probably have to pay Chris to talk about it quite a bit.
Well, yeah,
It's
but
cheaper just for me to try to mimic Vegeta.
No. There's things like Cameo and stuff. Like if he has one.
Well, I think there's someone on TikTok that's been doing like motivational things as Goku and Vegeta, and then like, hey, I know you're feeling bad. Like, it sounds like them, but it's just a tad off. It sounds like them enough that it's like, oh, it's Goku, but it's not the voice actor.
Yeah. Maybe you could leave some comments on some of his stuff. Yeah. That would be interesting. It'd be worth a shot, if anything. If anything, you could...
That's the thing, I like that Funko Pop Vegeta. It's the biggest Funko Pop I got, and that's the one I'm actually like, yeah, I kind of want to take this one out of the box.
I was going to say, looking at it, it's like 9-10 inches. How big would you say that is?
Pretty big compared to regular Funko Pops.
Yeah, it's like 3 Funko Pops
Like,
stacked on top of each
Toby,
other.
and look at him compared to Toby.
Yeah. Barely comes up to like his
Almost bigger than my
ankle.
figurine.
Well,
Of Vegeta.
he's a big boy. He's a big short boy.
Yeah, that's why I like Vegeta.
I know.
But he's 5'5", that's why I'm like, I'd kill to be 5'5". So I can say I'm at least as tall as Vegeta, but no.
I was gonna say, Vegeta wants to be a Saiyan, you want to be tall like Vegeta.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending cycle.
I mean,
Goku
Vinland Saga started back up, and Thorfinn is like, I think I found out he's 5'2".
So I'm like stuttering mentally because I don't know who Thorfinn is.
Vinland Saga, the main
Oh,
character.
Vinland Saga. I thought you said Villain Saga.
He's midget guts.
Yeah. Vinland Saga's yeah.
But
That's
Vinland
nice.
Saga is more grounded in reality compared to the dark fantasy of Berserk.
Yeah, exactly. But so you had a good Christmas. I had a pretty good Christmas.
One unfortunate thing, my dog passed away on Christmas.
Was it on Christmas
It was
Day?
on Christmas Eve. We were watching Christmas films, and, he seemed kind of down, so we brought him in, and he wasn't like really interactive, but my mom like warmed him up because he was cold,
Mm-hmm.
and we put him back out there, and we were gonna go check on him again, and that was when he had his final moments.
Mm-hmm.
He choked on his blood. It was unfortunate.
Yeah. But lived a great life.
Yeah,
It is sad.
but I've just been seeing Facebook memories pop up of him, like, oh my gosh. I don't know, the idea of death, it scares me, and just thinking about it, that one day I'm going to wake up and this family member, like, we're going to outlive any of our pets.
Yeah.
But even family members, like, one day might wake up and they won't be around anymore.
Exactly.
And it's just a scary thought.
It puts things into perspective, and it depends on what you do with that information, which forms you as a
Sometimes you
person.
feel like you never do enough. Like, I don't talk to my grandma too much, but then it's like, you know what? My grandma's probably going to be the first one to go out of my family members
Mhm.
because of, the way things are, like ages.
Yeah.
And it's like, I should probably call her more. But then sometimes you don't even think about that until something happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, let's get off of that.
I was
Just
gonna say.
get away from that, like, gloom and doom. Let's talk about New Year's resolutions, and do you have any?
I do have a New Year's resolution. It's kind of a weird one that I don't know why I've never thought of it before. Because I'm usually not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, because whenever anyone talks about those, you kind of go to the easy ones, work out more, eat healthier, blah, 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 all that. My one New Year's resolution for this year is to just be more confident in myself. Love myself a little bit more.
That's one of mine.
Yeah. Because, like, I have issues, but I do pretty well with them. But this isn't like, oh, I have issues, I'm going to be better. It's just going one step ahead. Instead of being better, I'm surpassing those issues, kind of
That's what
thing.
I'd love to do too.
Yeah, that's exactly
I don't know
what
if
mine
you
is.
were here when I had when I got a new lump from my neurofibromatosis. I don't know if we talked any time of that, but yeah, I grew a new lump and it caused me a lot of distress and made me really down.
Uh-huh.
Because there was just this big lump on my shoulder.
Yeah.
They pumped it with steroids and that made it go down a lot. It's still there, but it's not as big and noticeable.
Okay.
But it just kind of made me feel like really low and like, why is this thing wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
I see my other brothers and it's like nothing too much wrong with them. My youngest one has diabetes, but other than that, he's strong and healthy. The middle one's the most healthy,
Yeah.
Doesn't seem any issues, and even seeing that neurofibromatosis is explained as a genetic defect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why do I have to have this, be short, and have too kind of a heart, man?
You're just your own limited edition Funko Pop. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
You're just limited edition.
But yeah, that happened, and I just decided, like, listening to a lot of podcasts, lots of YouTubers, and it's like making all these goals pop into my, like, you know what? This year I'm actually going to buckle down and I'm actually going to do these goals. Here's some of my goals. Probably don't read them out loud because I kind of want to do the show, don't tell.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to be like the president being like, oh, you said you were going to do all this stuff, but you just dropped it and did none of it. No, I got a better one. I don't want to be the South Park George R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
Where I say that the dragons are coming and the pizza's coming and I never even ordered the pizza.
Well, there's some interesting ones in this. That one weirds me out, but
Well, tell me which one. I'll tell you if we can discuss it. Oh, passport.
Passport.
Our good friend. I put that there to remind me.
Oh, okay.
He's probably listening to this, but our good friend Travis. When he's going overseas, I think he said that he's taking some time off and like going to Italy.
Oh,
And
okay.
he told me to come, so he said get your passport, and
Do you not have your passport?
I do not have a passport.
That's why I was weirded out. I was like, doesn't everyone have their passport?
No, I don't think everyone has a passport. I think it's something you have to.
It's government issued. Like, yes, you have to get it renewed, but
Well, I don't have a passport.
Okay, that's the only thing that was kind of weirded me out. And then you've got.
Well, let me see.
No. This is just.
Oh, so this is the subsidize it, because it's like, okay, I have all these goals I want to do from
see,
the
that's
year.
what I was thinking.
And it's like, all right, in these first 3 months, what can I do to start like working towards these goals? So ones I will talk about is I'd like to improve my art, and I'd like to do more MMA boxing, and I want to save a huge sum of money.
Yeah.
So those are ones I will talk about, because those are the ones, like the biggest ones that I'm like, yes, I'm going to get these done.
Yeah.
I have
within
a plan.
this time period.
With maybe, yeah. So it's like, all right, I can do all this stuff to save work. I'm switching between art and doing MMA. So this week because to save money, I'm also doing those food delivery things.
Yeah.
Like Uber Eats, DoorDash, any of those. I'm doing those on the side to
Oh.
make more money. The hope is that.
I thought you meant you were doing them as in like that's how you were eating your food. Like, how is that saving you more money? That costs more.
The hope is that I can at least make what my bills would cost, which would be maybe like 200.
Yeah.
Like if I can get 200 from every month from like just doing this, like so many days a week.
Then instead of going down in the hole, you go
well,
up.
I'm not going down the hole, but it will get me there faster.
Exactly. Yeah,
'Cause
that's what I mean.
Once I get there, these other goals I can start like focusing on.
Yeah, you're trying to get way closer to net zero than you already are. Past.
I'm trying to do other goals.
Well, that's
and I have
nice.
plans for those too.
And honestly, when I think about what other goals that you do have on there, and like with what you've said, it's gonna help out with some of those goals a little bit, just by nature, which is always fun.
Yeah, this here's one I will talk about because I want to do another video thing. I'm doing the Project Deku again.
I noticed.
Because your boy stopped working out for months and is now getting back into it.
Which is good.
And quickly I've kind of gotten back to where I ended at.
You're used to it, so being able to get back to that point.
You know, it's like after this first few weeks, I'm like, oh yeah, my abs are already coming back in.
Yeah. There you go.
Now I just gotta eat right. But it's so hard.
How long is the?
Because I'll come out in the kitchen and it's like, we made brownies. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Do you do like calorie based, or do you do?
I'm not focused
just
too much on the
healthy
calorie
Uh-huh.
food part of this yet.
Okay.
Because it's like, okay, you know what? I'm just beginning. I have 10 months, because Project Deku was 10 months.
10
It's
months.
like, I can kind of get away with maybe just eating the way I usually do before I buckle down to get a certain look for like summer.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good.
But I think anyone making goals, you know, write them down and make a plan to how you're going to accomplish them.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely recommend anybody write things down. Anything. Doesn't matter if it's something as grand as a New Year's resolution. I feel like writing it down gives it a little bit more power.
You can do these anytime. It doesn't have to be
a year.
On New Year's.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's, just a cathartic thing, like, oh, it's the beginning of a new year, and like I have all this, like, this is the start of a new year, and I can do all this stuff within this year.
It's the same psychology as there being a deadline for a test.
Yeah.
It's just like, New Year's resolutions are just like, hey, you have a test in a year. What did you accomplish? But
it's funny because I'm doing the Project Deku, but my workout days start on Friday. Because I got an app to like keep track of like all the days, because I have to work out 4 times a week for it. But my week starts on Friday for this.
So, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, Friday through the week. But
Okay.
say Friday is my Monday
Uh-huh.
for that.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I'm going by. But then with this other thing, Sunday is my Sunday. It's kind of hard to keep track of, but I'm doing it so far.
That's good. So you're using a lot more apps to kind of keep track of things then?
Yeah.
What's your favorite one so far? To keep track of stuff.
There's actually an app that you could put the workouts you're doing,
Uh-huh.
and it has them, and then you put how much weight, how many reps. So I don't gotta keep looking at the workout I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
And it keeps track of the weight, so it's like, okay, I did this much weight last time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've squatted more than I ever have. I did 185 my last workout.
Oh, nice.
I'm hoping to do more.
How long did you been working out for like a month? Just about?
Not a month yet.
Just about. Almost.
Because Project Deku is 3 weeks on, and then the 4th week is a deload week where you do like a very light exercises to replenish your muscles and to
not strain
recover,
them.
so you're not sore. And I still have 2 more days of week 3.
Oh, okay.
So this upcoming Friday will be when my deload starts, and then I'll jump to phase 2.
Nice. So besides New Year's resolutions and Christmas, how have you been?
I've been good, man. Like I said, I'm making all these goals. I'm determined more than ever. I mean, today I found myself kind of like falling into my old ways. Like, oh, what if
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this? But it's like, no, you know what? No, I told myself I'm gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
Even if some of these goals are like very long term for like it to get results.
Mm-hmm.
It's like other people's were long term.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, other people that have done like this one,
Uh-huh.
like other people that have done that, like they haven't seen that they have success, but the ones that have success were ones that started like 13 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Because time erodes everything. Yeah.
It took time, but they're where they're at, and it's like you're not gonna get there overnight, but you keep working, and eventually, hopefully, things pop up.
Exactly.
But other than that, played God of War Ragnarok, beat it.
Did you like it, God of War Ragnarok?
I'm gonna go full spoilers for God of War Ragnarok, so if you've not played the game, just stop listening, because it's probably the last thing we talk about before we end the episode.
Well, okay, I haven't talked about me at all.
Oh, yeah.
It's just all about you.
Let's go back
all
to the resolutions
you.
thing. Do you have a plan how you're gonna accomplish that?
Yeah, I'm holding myself on a higher pedestal than I normally would. I'm, letting my voice be heard a bit more. I'm not afraid to show off like more of my personality with people and things in general.
I imagine people love your personality.
People do like my personality.
You've gotten a few good-looking goth chicks.
Yeah, that's also because I feel like I mold more than anything. But for the most part, it's more of just like, oh, what do I enjoy? And then like, yes, that's what I enjoy doing, and letting it be known, right? And just showing it off, like just the way I dress, the way I act. Like people kind of point it out and be like, why do you do that?
Twitch?
I actually upgraded my computer.
Upgraded it. I mean, do it, man. You can get a following.
Yeah, it would definitely be fun. That's always the fun part, is people talk about like, oh, well, what do you start streaming? And
might take a while. I mean, I see people streaming on TikTok.
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah. But that's the thing, is like there's like 2 modes of it, where it's like stream something topical, like a new game that's out, or like something fun, like a party game. But then there's other people that say when you're starting off, just stream what you stream. Just stream.
Yeah, just do fun games.
Play whatever game. Like if you're starting in the middle of a game, it doesn't matter. Just stream it. But
yeah, I was listening to our old ones, and when you said that, and I was like, you know what? When you were saying that, I don't want people. Like, I don't think that would work. I don't think people would come in to watch me play in the middle of a game. And I'm like, I don't think that's true, because I've watched a couple people like on TikTok, like, oh, they're playing Devil May Cry. Oh, they're right here. Just kind of see.
Yeah.
Like, is this their first time playing, or is all of this new to them?
Yeah, exactly. I definitely would probably set up. Well, I just need to fix up my computer a little bit. There's nothing wrong with it. I just need a actual computer case for it.
Oh.
But it's a nice computer. I won't have any problems with streaming. Then I'd have to figure out days, because if I do start streaming, which I would love to do, I would need to pick like a day. Like, it would be like Sunday. Sunday I would stream from this time to that time, and that's it. And then just getting kind of back into like figuring out how I'd want it to play out and all that. Work's been going good. Having a little bit of issues here and there, but not letting it get to me. You need to see this, because like my arms.
Jeez, look like someone bit you.
It does, but I just have burn marks and cuts all over my fingers and arms, because I work really goddamn hard at that one. That is a burn. It is not a bite. It's
Yeah,
just.
I can see it. Damn.
Yeah. The only way I could describe it is because it's a little old. It's like a crescent moon got burned onto my forearm, and I immediately was joking with coworkers that I should burn myself on the other arm so I'd have a full moon if I put my arms together.
Did they laugh?
Oh yeah. I love that job. That job's so much fun.
That's good. It's good that it's fun, man.
Learning how to cook.
Oh,
Like-
nice.
Like shit that I should not learn how to cook, like filet mignon and ahi tuna and all this like expensive shit.
Oh, that's good.
And it's just like, I know how to cook this now, but am I ever going to?
Impress your date.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, one of these days you'd be like, oh, you're gonna make dinner? What are you gonna make? And I'd be like, I'm gonna make ahi tuna with a walnut sauce with a side of
That'll make the panties drop, man.
honestly, girls love a man that can cook. But other than that, yeah, I just nose to the grindstone, just trying to
Yeah.
be positive.
Just keep reminding yourself, man. Write it somewhere so you see it.
It's not hard to remind myself, yeah.
Like I said, I wrote this down because it's like, I was thinking, feeling low, like, what if I can't accomplish all these goals? Like, no, it's possible. You can do this.
I do believe that another step I need to take if I'm going to be doing this is probably try out therapy.
I don't think therapy's bad. I've heard lots of people say that, it's natural.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with you if you do therapy.
Yeah, and
I'd honestly love to do therapy to find out, like, if they can tell me the reasonings I am the way I am.
yeah, is like where you are.
Like, hey, like, you know what? Talk to me. Like, are you gonna, like, just talking to them, are you gonna unlock, like, things in my brain? Like, that's why I'm this way.
I'm
Am I afraid to take chances of fear because I didn't have a supportive family?
I'm always I'm always afraid that they're gonna be like, so anything traumatic happened in your life, and like sitting there thinking about it and like, no, I can't think of anything, and then they unlock that piece in your brain and figure out I was like molested by a grasshopper when I was like
And that's why you're so afraid of them?
I was brutally attacked. They'll show me the newspaper clippings. Okinawa boy attacked by a giant Japanese lotus grasshopper.
Did you grow up in Japan?
For technically 2 years.
Oh, yeah, so that's why you have dual
Citizenship, yeah. Technically 3 years, which I'm still so mad about, but it's alright. Because family, brothers, sisters, they all got to grow up in Japan. They kind of can remember some of it.
Even if you were too young.
Yeah.
Dang.
Exactly. And moved back right before I gained consciousness. Which is always great.
Yeah, I actually just remembered something I should write down on this.
He's writing.
That's Spanish.
Oh, yeah?
Still doing Spanish, but it's like, you know what, that's still the goal, just learn more and more.
Yeah, I actually noticed that you've been doing some pretty hardcore Duolingo streaks.
I'm like on 150 days.
Yeah, it's pretty good. How do you feel?
Speaking of which, holy crap, did I forget today?
That would be so upsetting.
It would be. I lost my streak, but actually I think I have
A save.
a freezer.
Yeah. Which is nice. Because I feel like you definitely should be allowed.
Okay, no, I
A
don't.
saver too.
I'm good.
How do you feel like that's working out for you?
It's working good. There's some Seer and a star are kind of complicated for me. Because I'm reading the sentences and it's like, does it have to have estás, están, son, es?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dang it, what is it?
Oh, that's nice.
I could read a sentence like, okay, it's saying this, but I can't yet like talk in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm actually pretty salty about because my parents took in some foster kids. And guess what my mom's doing that she didn't do with us?
She's teaching them Spanish.
Yeah, she's showing them Spanish. And I think I'm so salty about this now is because I went to a bar recently.
Uh-huh.
And there was a chick that was digging me.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody spoke Spanish.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I should pour one out.
Well, I mean, I got her Instagram, and she, it was one of those private accounts, and she accepted my.
Uh-huh.
Because she said, like I said, oh, could I get your number? And she said, oh, I got an Instagram, and gave it, and it was a thing like you gotta wait for them to accept it, and she accepted it, so I got somewhat of it in. So it's like I just gotta grind on Spanish right now.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a nice little like.
But kind of salty,
goal.
My mom's teaching these, so I feel like, oh. Don't teach your actual children or Mexican Spanish, but you're teaching these foster kids.
Sometimes you just gotta let it go, Chompy. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Alright.
You know what? You've never been called the whitest Mexican I've ever met.
I've been called the most Mexican white boy that someone's ever met. I got told that a lot actually when I worked at the shoe store. Because with the little Spanish I knew, a lot of people would come in and be like, "You're the most Mexican white boy I've seen." In Spanish, they would say that. So.
Tú eres.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Tú eres.
Nesta.
I don't know how to say most.
Oh. Más mucho. Yeah, más. Más just means more. There is
Tú
no
eres
direct.
Nino Blanco. I don't know.
Hombre. I don't remember how they would say it too, but I would hear it and I'd be like, "Oh, thank you," because they pretty much just complimented my Spanish.
Yeah.
With how piss poor it actually is, but it managed to do what was needed. Okay, just tell me about God of War Ragnarok.
All right, yeah. So back to God of War. Full spoilers. Loved the game. Wish I would have beat it sooner.
Really?
Yeah, because I got through like the halfway point, and one day I just opened YouTube, and the top video is just titled "Kratos meets the real Tyr."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, the real Tyr, and immediately everything clicks. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
I know, but I don't know. I know that happens.
Oh yeah, I mean the big reveal is that the Tyr you meet is Odin.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't understand what the significance of that was. I didn't know it was Odin.
Yeah, it's Odin.
I do know about
because you meet the real Tyr after the ending of the game.
Yeah.
Because Asgard gets thrown everywhere. You go to a place and there's the prison, and when you get through everything, it's like you open up. It's like, oh, Tyr.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, when Tyr's like a pretty chill dude.
Yeah.
But like Odin portrayed him as like someone that was like afraid of war, like done fighting and afraid.
Uh-huh.
Because he's like avoids conflict most of the time. Like, oh, I kind of like this Tyr. And then, I get through halfway of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's when Atreus first goes to Asgard.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I saw it, and I'm like, freak, now every scene I see with Tyr is going to have that, I'm going to know that new layer.
Yeah, you know there's deception to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense when I think of the older scenes when, like, he's talking to Atreus.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, here, and it's like a meal like a meal fit for a champion, because the prophecy talks about a champion that for Ragnarok that will help. And it's supposed to be Loki, and Atreus is Loki.
Loki, yeah.
And I'm like, that's why he said that, because he was trying to goad him into fighting. There is some like hidden stuff that isn't like fully brought up on a pan because Odin's obsessed with this mask.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's actually in Norse mythology or if it's like a very cheeky reference.
It's Loki's
to
mask.
the mask.
No, it's Loki's mask.
Boy, that's Loki's mask too in the mask.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, which one do you think comes from? Like, okay, both of them come from Greek mythology.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. Is that it's just different.
But you never find out what it truly is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still that mystery behind that, and if they're ever going to do that. Some of the YouTubers I watched said the ending made them cry, but I think I was just so fed up with dying to Odin as the final boss that I just, by the time I finally beat him, I was like, okay, ending. Okay, that is like I don't feel emotions.
That's it. You're waiting for it to overcome you.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, because I mean, I played it on the second to hardest difficulty. So lots of I died more times to when there were just a group of enemies because there were just some enemies that like all they had to do with these 2 hits and it's like you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Odin just had like 2 attacks that like were really hard to avoid.
Yeah.
Because he shoots all these like little spots and they have like frost, fog, and then he's shooting things at you and you're like dodging and sometimes there's only so much room till you dodge into a thing and like, okay, you have some frost damage now that's going to last this long.
Okay, yeah. Some lingering effects.
So it took a long time, but I died a bunch to him.
You just had to master it.
Yeah, and then Travis is like, you're so like...
Focused on Odin?
Like, no, you're so determined with God. It was like, where's that determination with Bloodborne?
True, very true. You still need to beat Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Because you would probably breeze through it now.
Maybe. I don't know, I think God of War is a bit easier than Bloodborne because characters have like this attack is undodgeable, this attack is dodgeable.
They have signs.
Yeah,
they kind of show,
It's like, if it's a yellow ring, that means that this attack can break my block.
Oh, gotcha.
If it's red, it's like, this attack cannot be blocked and is unblockable. So it's like, you just gotta get out of the way. And if you do it, like, you'll do it, but you're gonna get damaged.
Yeah. But what about Atreyu being a closet furry? How do you feel about that, Atreus? Being a closet furry.
Oh, you're talking about when he turns into a wolf?
Yeah.
And a bear?
It's the only thing I really know about God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a buddy send me a meme of that where it's just Atreyu turned into a werewolf and is playing Linkin Park Crawling in My Skin with like furry fan art.
I think the biggest fight that they allude to was kind of a disappointment.
Which fight would that be?
It's Kratos versus Heimdall.
I'm not too familiar who Heimdall is.
He's just someone that can see... Have you seen Thor?
Which one?
The first Thor?
No.
The second Thor?
No.
Any Thor? You know the guy that Idris Elba plays in the Thor movies?
No.
No? Okay, Cody don't watch Marvel. He's very picky about his movies, remember?
I'm very picky.
So, Heimdall's just like the overseer of Asgard. Like, he just can make sure everything's
okay, yeah.
And he's already, like, immediately when you meet him, he's portrayed as a dick because Atreus climbs the Asgard walls to get into it. And when you get to the top, he just grabs you and it's like, what part of the giant wall made you think visitors welcome? Like, he's a very smart ass.
Yeah, I could see that.
And he can see people's true intentions.
Oh, okay.
So, like, he immediately is like, fuck you with, like, Atreus, and, like, he's mean to Thor, he's mean to everyone, just loyal to Odin.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because, like, because when he meets Atreus and they fight, like, Odin shows up, and then Heimdall's like, he means to betray you. And then Odin's like, is that right? He's like, are you a little trickster, Loki? Like, oh, I'm just playing with you. He's like, of course he means to betray me. He's like, I haven't given him a reason to trust me yet.
That's very Greek mythology.
But
that conversation
Norse,
there.
You mean?
Norse, sorry, my brain.
But what happens is, to try and find Atreus, they go to the fates of Norse mythology, which are called the Norns. And the Norns basically say there is no such thing as fate. Like, we just make predictions based on your personalities. Like, we know what you're going... Like, that it just makes us seem like we know your fate.
Yeah.
And he says that you'll learn that Heimdall plans to kill Atreus, and you will do what you do best.
Okay.
Is that they say that, yeah, you'll learn that Heimdall plans to kill your son, and you're gonna kill Heimdall.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a fight that's set up, and it's like, oh yeah, this fight... You even have to go get a special weapon to fight Heimdall. Because he oversees everything. Because you try to fight him as Atreus, and, like, you know, it's meant to be a fight, you lose. You know, he dodges every attack. You shoot the arrow, he catches it.
Oh, okay.
Even as Kratos, like, you can't beat him. It's hard to hit him with your other weapons, other than that weapon you specifically
that he can't foresee.
Made to fight. Well, it's not something he can't foresee. It's just a trick weapon. Because it's a fucking spear.
Uh-huh.
It's a spear that, you know, it's got multiples of, and it's basically like a detonator.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he throws the spear, and Heimdall catches it, and then it's like, detonate it.
Huh. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Before we talk about anything else... Well, okay. God of War 3?
What about God of War 3?
Are we getting a God of War 3? What'd you say?
So, yeah.
Probably. Okay.
Because the ending that everyone said was so sad is Kratos lets Atreus leave out on his own adventure to find the souls of the other giants.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, like, I trust you, and it's like, and he says, I'll be back eventually, and, you know, Kratos is okay with letting his son go, because this whole time he's very protective of his son.
Yeah. I feel like there's a couple other things.
There were other moments that made me, like, tear up.
Yeah, I imagine. It's very heartfelt. There's a couple other things we should probably talk about. Some kind of interesting things. Last of Us TV show.
Oh, I heard it's pretty good so far.
Yeah, apparently it stays pretty close to the source material. But this first episode, only one episode's been out.
Yeah.
It pretty much is...
Beat for beat.
Yeah. The intro to the whole thing.
Game.
Yeah. There's some new characters that they did add, but for the most part they have all the old characters from the games in there. They changed the clickers, though. They changed the whole infection.
I heard they changed that.
Yeah, they're not spores. They're tentacles. Tentacle thingies.
Oh.
Yeah, tentacle things come out of their mouth. That's how they infect you, is they, like, touch you with their tentacles.
Neat.
Besides that,
who knows if that's a good choice?
Exactly.
I saw more things on Resident Evil 4. What, are you excited? Are you like, no?
I am pretty fucking excited.
Oh,
honestly.
you are?
Honestly.
I know before you were like, oh no.
I don't, like, okay, they have QTEs in the game, which is, like, one of my big pluses. I don't remember who I was talking to about this. It might have been just some random person. But I was saying, how would you feel about Resident Evil 4 Remake having branching paths for the story? Multiple endings, let's say.
Oh.
Because there's just one thing that I would want out of a Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is to be able to save Lewis.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I want. I want the ability to save Lewis. I don't know if I'm going to get it.
What do you think of the changes of, like, character designs? Because I know the little Napoleon-looking kid has an entirely, like, a Victorian look now.
It matches.
And I know the president's daughter...
She's good. She looks good. She looks fantastic.
Outfit.
She looks fantastic. Absolutely love her new look, because I always kind of thought she looked a little bit ugly, and she kind of grew on me after a while. I don't really like Ada, but that goes into a lot of, like, Resident Evil 2 remake stuff, because they're going off of those character models. Leon I like, as long as they keep his outfits and his outfit changes. I'll be totally fine with it. But I'm excited, because it seems like they're taking the base game and just improving it for the most part in most areas. We also have, do we want to talk about the V word?
Velma?
Yeah.
I actually watched the first 2 episodes before you came.
Yeah.
Because, I heard how bad it was, but like, I don't think this is something you're supposed to be taking seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta wonder how this show even got made.
Yeah.
There's gotta be some Game of Thrones type things going on at Warner Brothers that it's like, fine, you could have the Scooby-Doo IP and do what you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, who in their right mind would because none of the characters seem like who they are.
Exactly.
Velma, they seem like they tried making her, what's that one old cartoon with a chick with glasses? She's brunette, she's very, smart alecky.
You talking about Velma? No. Yeah. What is that?
Diane or something?
Diane. I think it is Diane. I know exactly what you're talking
You
about.
know exactly what I'm talking about. It seemed like they tried making her that character.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be an origin for Mystery Inc. apparently.
For Mystery Incorporated?
Yeah, that's how
no
the show
Scooby.
is.
With no Scooby.
With no Scooby.
They just all get in a van at the end of the series and they're driving down the road and they see an abandoned Scooby.
None of the characters have any of the arc, any of the personality.
Yeah, they're all pieces of shit.
Fred's they're all pretty much pieces of shit, except for Shaggy's character.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very well-meaning guy. That's the thing. None of these characters are them. It's so why is
why make it an origin
the
story?
Scooby IP just so people would watch it.
I've heard that pretty much that same way where it's this could have been a different show and it would have been totally fine, but they had to make it Scooby-Doo related, which is weird.
Because Velma's got this weird thing going on where she I think she's schizophrenic maybe. Because she sees things and it makes her freak out and possibly have a heart attack because it's going through my heart, you see the hand coming out of her chest and gripping her heart and she's panicking.
Okay.
It's you gotta calm me down, you gotta try to make me laugh, say something.
Weird. And it's weird to think about because then it's supposed to carry over to Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna, because it's, I don't know.
If Velma's nothing like Velma.
Yeah, none of them are like any of them. I was gonna say, all I know is Velma sells drugs. That's all I really know.
Doesn't, because Daphne sells drugs.
Well, the Zoinks and, what do they call the other one?
Because the big thing for Velma is she's trying to solve the mystery of why her mom disappeared.
Yeah.
And they kind of give a reason the first episode, but who knows if that's the right one. Is that they were just a bit the dad was mean to the mom, wasn't a good husband to the mom, and Velma was kind of a troublemaker.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's just fuck you guys, I'm out.
But she buys that at first that the mom just left because she was fed up with them. But she said that the mom left her a gift, and that's why she still believes that the mom's somewhere out there.
Okay.
But the thing is, a girl ends up murdered. Velma first thinks it's Fred.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're given reason to believe it's Fred because it's because you saw, that girl that died saw it too. Now I'm going to have to do to you what I did to her. But he was going to, pull out his checkbook to pay her money because they see that he hasn't hit puberty yet. So, his body's, he has no leg hair.
Okay.
And his dad's apparently ashamed of him because of that. And he's trying to be, a big, strong man for his dad.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I imagine. Really just watching the show, trying to take yourself away from it being Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, it's me trying you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to take this seriously. It's supposed to... I think they were trying to mimic the Harley Quinn series.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, as crazy as it gets and bonkers, the characters that they show are still essentially...
They're DC counterparts.
They have those
They're
character
comic
attributes.
Book counterparts.
Yes, Joker is dating a woman, and he's a stepfather now, and he's mayor of Gotham.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, it's a storyline. It was actually pretty great.
Yeah.
And he actually throws... The ending of the last season was he throws Bruce Wayne in prison for tax evasion.
Fantastic. See, yeah, that would be a good... And it's kind of... Would you consider a spin-off? The Harley Quinn show?
Harley Quinn, kind of, yeah. But the characters still have enough of...
Yeah, that you can see it being
And even the ones that don't
Nothing.
like Bane, like Bane isn't as like manipulative and like mastermindy, but he's kind of like a teddy bear that wants to be loved but isn't, and he does his like Dark Knight Bane voice.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, last one for me. Near Automata.
Oh, the anime.
Yeah, first
I actually
episode
heard
came
it
out.
started.
Yeah, first episode came out. It seems pretty good. I'm probably gonna watch it when I get home. But from what I've seen, it just follows the game. And I was gonna
That's what I wish
ask.
you could ask for, though.
Yeah, it really is. I was gonna ask, do you ever play or beat Near Automata?
No.
Should.
I wanted to play it, but you have it.
Yeah, I don't remember where it is.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'll see if I can find it, but you still have the PS4. Fine. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll bring it over next time or
What's it
something.
gonna be Final Fantasy 15? But I'm like halfway through.
Yeah, and that's one that you could kind of go through. Are you gonna play the DLC for that?
Maybe.
DLCs.
I was gonna take my time, but at this point, I'm kind of like, I think I'm just gonna rush through the story.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about it is you can always
Because
go.
God of War, I was taking my time, but I got so far into it, I was kind of like, you know what? I feel like I've done enough in this game that I've experienced everything that it has to offer.
Yeah, yeah,
That like anything I do now, it's like it's already something I've done.
yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna go here and here's this monster. Like, okay, yeah, I've already done that. It was new like 3 missions ago, but now it's not.
You're not a 100%er kind of thing. Then
Nah.
don't really like 100% in games. I was gonna say because that'd be the only purpose of like doing all that side
But sometimes
stuff.
it's difficult because the thing that replaces the Valkyries, I only beat 3 of them, but they're pretty tough.
Oh, gotcha. But
There was one that 2 of them popped out. It was fighting 2 enemies. I'm like, okay, I got this. Okay, I'm gonna let's learn their moveset and do it. They do like one little flick, I get hit, and Kratos just fucking
false
follows.
dead.
I'm like, oh my god. And there's 2 of them. Like, I don't know if I need to grind more through the game and upgrade the axe to its maximum and get my life up to its maximum.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Just to do that boss fight.
Well, I would say if you do play Nier Automata, don't play it on the hardest difficulty. Don't even play it on the second hardest difficulty. I think there's only 3.
Oh no, it looked pretty hard. I don't think I'd do that.
Yeah,
Seeing
you
played
remember me doing it on the hardest difficulty?
It's like balls everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
And it was one hit death.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it was
You're really good at that game.
I beat it on
Yeah.
that difficulty. Because I'd already beaten the game, and that was one thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to beat it on the hardest difficulty. But I'll definitely watch the Nier Automata anime, the first episode, and probably if we don't do another episode before the next one comes out, I'll make sure to watch
I
it
want
before.
to do more of these.
Yeah. But
I mean, who knows? Maybe one day Tinkle Toy can get monetized.
maybe
We'll get money from it.
Yeah. Well, what does that have to do with me watching the Nier Automata
Nothing.
anime?
It's just that got to
know.
network with you more so we can plan these things. Maybe Gunner wants to get back in because
I'm
he's butthurt when we don't
Yeah,
invite him.
I'm saying like the next time we see if I can watch the second episode
before we record.
before we record the next episode. That's what I'm
Probably
saying.
most definitely. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this like repetitively like one every week, like maybe twice a month.
Yeah,
Seems like a good one.
because then we can actually experience things and have things happen.
So yeah, we're good with January now.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Tinkle Hoy Special Edition Sleepy Podcast. I have been your host, Quentin, and I am joined with my other host.
Juan.
I hope you enjoyed hearing us just ramble about our January and Decembers.
Yeah, even though it was late in the time, but we talk about resolutions.
Yeah, I'll remember to work hard on those resolutions and see if you can write them down. And
Yeah, you can do it.
every step is just one day. Just one day, every step. Every step, one day. I'm too tired for this. Bye, and I hope you have a good rest of your
Bye.
day.